Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars universe seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also, let's not forget about the new Star Wars TV shows and movies that are currently in the works by Disney and Lucasfilm, and exactly what they have planned for the future of the Star Wars universe at heart. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing that a lot of fans have been very much curious about the newest episode of the Kenobi series is exactly why did it pick up so much in quality in comparison to the past 4 episodes. And we tend to see this a lot with, of course, many of the other TV shows out there like The Mandalorian or The Book of Boba Fett. There's always a very special episode in each and every Star Wars show. Now, moving from all of this, alright, we know that Ewan McGregor acted as executive producer for some of the episodes and calling the shots on specific scenes, and he was heavily involved, by the way, in episode 5, like in a different level in comparison to episodes 1 through 4, so that could very well lend an explanation as to why episode 5 is a lot superior in comparison to episode 1 through 4. Now, on top of all of this, what's even all the more exciting has a lot to do with what Ewan McGregor recently said about the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show for Disney+. Now, we already know that Kathleen Kennedy had a hand in the show because a lot of the scripts from the Kenobi movie transferred over to the series. And when you think about it like that, you know, that's where things begin to worry fans about how this series is going to come to a close with episode 6, even though that they are planning a season 2 or an extension of the Kenobi series as we speak as well. Now, with that being said, however, of course, with Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 5 now a big hit and success, fans are already looking forward to the final episode of the series next week. Now, it's described, however, that in a recent interview, actor Ewan McGregor was able to reveal more about the Kenobi series. Ewan McGregor eventually went on to state the following: "Well, yes, when myself and Ewan were shooting, of course, episodes 1 through 4, myself and Hayden, for the show, we had so much leftover material to work with that we just had to cut a ton of stuff out. I vividly remember Kathleen Kennedy talking to me and saying that this isn't going to work and that this needs to be replaced. But I suppose I'm allowed to talk about this a little bit. So me and Hayden, we originally had shot this beautiful battle sequence between both Anakin Skywalker and Kenobi, where they are pinned down by battle droids, and get to see Anakin Skywalker use the Force in a way that is so destructive that it worries Kenobi because of how he sees the shred of darkness within him. I mean, it was a very lengthy scene and a long shot for all of us, and in the end, they didn't want to put this into the final cut of the show. Another scene that we had shot that ended up getting deleted from the series that Kathleen Kennedy just didn't really feel fit the show's theme had a lot to do with Vader being seated in his meditation chamber. We had shot this entire thing with Hayden, and it was just so beautiful to have him in the suit without the helmet on. It was something completely out of this world. We had used archived footage of Natalie Portman as Padme Amidala, and even using her voice to really dive deep into Vader's mindset. It was a very involved scene that we were very proud of, and sadly it just did not fit the pacing of the show, according to Kathleen Kennedy. We had extra 30 minutes of Vader footage that we left on the cutting room floor that was going to be really intense. So let me just stop right here for 1 second of what Ewan McGregor is saying. Now, he's saying of how he worked a lot more with Hayden Christensen on the Kenobi series than what we got to see in the final cut of the show, unfortunately. You know, that's the hard truth about all of this, is that Hayden was a lot more involved in this show, and if you guys have seen episode 5, I mean, they finally respect the guy, you know, because we finally got that big flashback scene that a lot of fans have been wanting for the longest time. But as Ewan is pointing out here, there was a lot more that was supposed to be done for Hayden Christensen, both as Darth Vader and as Anakin Skywalker. In case you guys did not know this, there's a lot of scenes in the Kenobi series where Hayden is not in the Darth Vader suit. And so far, to our knowledge, Hayden has only been in the suit for maybe less than half the time, if that. And the actor that actually stepped into that suit, you guys may have heard the controversy of how Disney apparently didn't really pay him all that much. If you guys want to dive deep into that, But moving forward from all of this, alright, everything between both Hayden and Ewan sounds like it was going to be amazing for episodes 1 through 4. Keep in mind that there was going to be a lot more quality, like how it was used in episode 5, for episodes 1 through 4 that we unfortunately did not get to see. So moving from all of this, alright, he goes on to state, she wanted to make sure that we did not dive deep into Vader's personal life per se. I would have loved to have used the meditation chamber scene, and I was involved in the creation of that scene as executive producer. So, we had a lot of fun. One more thing I need to say is that we originally had 5 other cameos for this show. And I should be specific, 5 major cameos that were really going to blow the fans away. And I was so heartbroken when Lucasfilm and Kathy decided to pull the plug on all of that. I mean, we missed such a great opportunity with that. We had so much potential with all of this. It just saddened me as an actor and as a producer. I tried to reason with them in keeping these scenes, but we had to keep some of the episodes short. But we have other cameos on the way that I think fans are going to really respect. We have at least 2 in the series, both for episodes 5 and 6, 1 in each episode. So yes, it was sort of a battle to try and get these scenes in the final cut, and it just did not end up working out for all of us. But I am hoping that they release those someday for the fans to see. So, as you can see guys, Ewan McGregor is absolutely alluding to Anakin being the cameo for episode 5, and the big cameo for episode 6, alright, in case you guys don't want to be spoiled, I do suggest that you guys dip out of this video right now. There's a lot of leaks that we went over that it is going to be the return of Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn, once again. But as Ewan pointed out, there was originally supposed to be 5 major cameos within the first 4 episodes of the series that Kathleen Kennedy had cut out. I have no doubt in my mind that a lot of that probably had to do with Quinlan Vos, or maybe even Darth Maul, or something around those lines, because it really would have been quite something to see, and we already know that Ewan McGregor, given that he is executive producer, and that varies of his involvement on each and every episode. Episode 5, Ewan McGregor had a lot of influence on that, and I think that really does answer our questions as to why this episode was far better than all 4 episodes combined. I'm sorry to say, but that's just my belief. I believe that episode 5 truly felt like a movie quality episode for Obi-Wan Kenobi. It really, really did. It brought back the vibes of Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, and let's just face it, it was just brilliant of how Kenobi's thinking back to his times, you know, where he's battling Anakin Skywalker in that sparring session, and how he realizes how driven Anakin really is by victory. So, moving forward from that, alright, Ewan McGregor, you know, he's a very direct person. He obviously knows, you know, what the fans like to see on the big screen, and he obviously also knows that there needed to be a lot more thrown into the show than what we got. And unfortunately, a lot of that was cut out all because of Kathleen Kennedy and some of the creatives over at Lucasfilm and even some of the Disney executives at the time, before Bob Chapek was really pulling the strings, so to speak. So yeah, guys, you know, with that being said, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.